The gaming world in itself has seen a strange situation where Microsoft specifically have been forced to lay off 10,000 employees. That is a lot. That's basically 5% of their workforce. And it's not just the gaming department for Microsoft, which also includes employees working on Xbox and Bethesda. And this is not something I'm happy with. Of course, not just Bethesda, ZeniMax Media, 3-4 Industries, the Coalition, and many more people have lost their jobs. And like CEO Nadia Satella had to, I think that's the name, sending an email saying that 5% of the workforce had to be let go. And you know what? They're not the only ones. Like Meta, Google, Amazon, Salesforce, Spotify, and Stripe have also made difficult decisions, laying off, hundreds of employees, thousands even. But still, I really don't like this. And look, I get it. COVID-19 pandemic really have hurt companies like Microsoft financially. I understand that part. And, they really struggled to release exclusives in 2022, especially when there was a lot of hype about Starfield coming last year. And it's definitely happening again this year. But I mean, what happened for Xbox in 2022? Not exactly a great look, considering how Sony last year released Gran Turismo 7, Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, just to name a few, which really bestsellers, nominations, all sorts of like excitement that have really helped Sony for the PS5, and even from their CES 2023 conference, they announced that 30 million have been sold. So there's a good momentum. The Series X is still doing fine as well commercially with many units being sold. But I mean, just like in terms of 2022 exclusives, nothing good has happened for Xbox, especially when you consider late 2021, Halo Infinite and Forza Horizon 5 got released. So that's probably one of the reasons. But also Game Pass, for them, Game Pass has been really a huge hit as a way of people to get subscribe them and let them play hundreds of games at such a great value, like $10 to $15, whether on Xbox or even now on Windows for just $10 to $15 a month. That's really incredible. But there have been data showing that the subscriptions have fluctuated recently and numbers have decreased. So that's exactly the issue. And even people from 343 Industries have responded with the situation, saying that despite what's happened, Halo will still be at the core and will still be an important part. And that's a good thing. I mean, without Halo, there's no Xbox. Let's just admit one thing. Without Halo, when the original Xbox launched, the brand itself wouldn't go anywhere. Wouldn't even try to compete against Sony. So that's exactly what happened. Now, the leadership, or I should say the team from 343 Industries, did blame Microsoft for their incompetent leadership on this situation. And this is on top of the ongoing Activision Blizzard deal from their acquisition last year. They're trying to fully complete despite investigations from the FTC. And if it drags on, the whole situation could go to court and really it could be damaging. So this isn't going to be a very good look. Phil Spencer, who's the head of Xbox business, did have an interview with IGN recently saying that 2023 will still be, they're hoping that 2023 will be an important year and really the kind of the year that will allow them to make splashes and still releasing gaming content an important part, especially when there was like an Xbox developer direct recently just for like a few games. Nothing that in my opinion was exciting. I mean, yes, there is a release date for Redfall, but other than that, nothing. No information on Starfield or anything. I mean, after last year's E3, I mean, the way I saw it as a mix of like Skyrim and Fallout, which is kind of cool. Like Skyrim exploration, Fallout combat. So I think that'll be a big one. And that's at the same time Sony having, major exclusives planned for this year alone. So they're facing stiff competition, as well as Nintendo having major exclusives coming this year, like The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom in May. So yeah, Microsoft have a lot of work cut out for them, especially in the Xbox gaming department. A lot of going on. And I don't like how, just after they acquired ZeniMax Media at Bethesda, now all of a sudden they had to fire employees who were part of the job. It's just getting concerning, like this, like the whole acquisitions that they've made, and so far it just seems to me like they have nothing to show for it. I really don't get it anymore. I don't like what's happening. I don't like the decision making. I don't even like the financial commitments that they've made, and how it's really starting to look like empty promises after empty promises. Whereas a lot of these studios were fine by themselves, independent or not, or whatever it may be, they were doing okay. Like we already saw The Outer Worlds being a multi platform release. The sequel was announced, I think, as a Microsoft exclusive, but we don't know when, and that's okay. It's still early, but I just think if it continued to be multi platform, development would be more than fine instead of the chaos that seems to be going on right now with Microsoft. I don't like what's going on. It's not a good look, and it's just putting more and more of these employees at other major gaming studios that have their jobs at risk, or even just other departments at Microsoft, gaming or not. It's a very uneasy situation, especially seeing as Google and Meta and Amazon, Spotify, as well, Salesforce, Stripe as well, being forced to let go and laying off employees. It's a weird situation and not a good look for everyone involved.